Boomerocity, and I've got a legendary one for you. Actually, I have a legendary two for you. Johnny Van Zant and Rickey Medlocke. Both of them have been on Boomerocity before, and they are visiting us again for this episode, talking about their new album and DVD called Lynyrd Skynyrd Live at the Ryman. And that's, of course, the Ryman Auditorium in beautiful downtown Nashville. This is an amazing album, an amazing DVD. If you don't have either one, get them. They are amazing. Don't stream it, buy it. Support our bands, especially our classic rock bands, because they work hard to keep us entertained and to show us a good time and help us remember our youth. So while you're watching this, if you don't mind, hit like and subscribe. Neither one will cost you anything, but it helps Boomerocity out a lot, and we're eternally grateful for when you do that. It really does help us. So without any further ado, here is my second of what I sure hope are many more interviews to come with Johnny Van Zant and Rickey Medlocke of Lynyrd Skynyrd. Until next time, this is Randy Patterson with Boomerocity. Take care.
Can you see us?
Can you hear us?
I can see you and hear you in living color, man. And boy, is it colorful.
I like your backdrop.
I thought you might like that.
I did that, man. That's all right.
Yeah.
I hope you're not missing the album covers. I just took a couple. So.
There you go.
Where are you guys clicking in from?
We are out here in
San Jose, California.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Been there a lot. Back in my high-tech days. It's been over there, Sunnyvale and all that. That airport's a great little airport, too. So, hey, before we get into talking about this album and tour, I got a few questions. First of all, Rickey, I got to tell you, you and I talked over a year ago, about almost a year and a half ago. That interview is my top-rated, most viewed interview out of everything I've done.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
I had to
Must
pay
be
him
the
to
blonde
get,
hair.
I had to pay him to get on this time.
He's elevated that next pay level, right? So.
No, that's cool, man. Thank you very much.
Well, cool. The Johnny, I wanted to ask you. You and Donnie talked with me last year. I think it was late last year about the Christian album. How's that album been doing for you?
It's been doing good for us, man. We're working that Jesus Christ track right now at rock radio, Christian rock radio, and it was like number 3 for most ads last week. So that's good. Yeah, so we're hanging in there, and hey, we're touching people. That's the best thing.
That's the best thing right there. And I tell you what, when I saw you guys, you were touring with ZZ Top, and I forget the other band. They opened before ZZ did. You were in Knoxville here. That's it. I'm getting old. My brain's not what it used to be. But you guys played in my backyard here. I'm in the right boat here. So, but that concert in Knoxville, man, that knocked me out. You guys gave me great seats there, some of the best seats I ever had. Cool. And that whole show, all 3 bands, man, that was a mind blower. And you guys were raising money for charity. How did that all wind up for you from that tour?
We do that with Shriners every night at every show. And we give back and sell our CDs and stuff and give so much to the Shriners. And we've been doing it now for I don't know how many years, for quite a long time. And supporting the Shriners, and it's a great organization. So hey, if you're at a Skynyrd show, pick up a CD. Money goes to the Shriners.
Shriners kids, man. I love watching the commercials, for the Shriners kids. And that one little kid in the wheelchair, man, the whole time we've been doing it, I wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
He's just such a cool little fella.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, I'm a believer in them. My daughter had scoliosis, and they worked with her when she was a child in Dallas. And so they do great work. They put their money where their mouth is, and that's
how's she doing with that?
She's doing okay. She's turning 41 now in a couple
there you
months.
go.
So
Wow.
She's lived with it. I mean, they can't cure it. All they can do is either contain it or,
Right.
try to keep it from going any further. They can do some corrective surgery, but it's never 100%. But
Right.
they worked with her a lot and free of charge, man. There's no lie about that. So,
Wow.
That's a great organization.
yeah,
Yep.
they are. So, man, this new LP, man, let's talk about the LP and the tour you guys are doing. Talk to me about this album. What's the story behind it and how did it all come together?
It was done in Nashville at the Ryman Auditorium a few years back, and Gary Rosington's last performance with us. We didn't know at the time, but thank God that the cameras were rolling because we were able to capture this. And it was actually for PBS, and we wasn't going to release it. We were just going to let PBS have it. But after he passed, we went, you know what? I think the fans deserve to see his last performance, and he would love that. And get it out there to the public. And it's been a great adventure. We've had some great guests on it, of course, and with Jelly Roll, my brother Donnie, and Marcus King, and Brett Smith from Shinedown. And you know what? Just an amazing night, and it's been a great thing. And we just got back from overseas. How do we look? We're now on the West Coast, so we haven't had a whole lot of rest.
You look stunningly European. So,
but we had a great tour over there. We were over there for almost a month, and awesome being over there. And somebody asked me the other day, they said, "What's the difference between European fans of Skynyrd and American fans?" And I said, "Nothing." And I said, "You know what? Maybe some of the European fans like a little bit more heavy metal." But I think the common bond is the music and the love of Lynyrd Skynyrd music.
Yep.
Well, they're big blues fans over there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, one thing that struck me, I watched the video a couple times of this show here for this album, and one thing that really hit me was there's Gary there, and then Damon Johnson in the background. And there was just something about the visuals of that and the symbolism of that. I've interviewed Damon several times. He's almost the person I've interviewed the most, second probably to Steve Lukather. But to see Damon back there, and I don't know if I told you this, Ricky, when I interviewed you last year, but one of the last times, in fact, it was the last time I interviewed Damon, I mentioned to him, I said, "Dude, you've got to play with all your favorite bands. I mean, Alice Cooper, Thin Lizzy, and now Lynyrd Skynyrd." I said, "How many people get to say that they got to play with all their favorite artists or all their favorite bands?" But he just seems so natural in there. And that's, how do you guys, what's your guys' comments about that?
Well, when it came about that Gary wasn't going to go out and tour again, Johnny called me. And he said, "Ricky, I got to tell you, I just got a call from Gary, and he's not going to go out and play shows with us now." And he goes, "We got to do this tour." He says, who do you know or who comes to mind that could come in and play the exact parts, play the leads like this in the songs, cop the whole thing like Gary?" And I said, "Well, I got two guys in mind. One of them I know couldn't do it. And one of them I said could do it to the exact note." And Johnny said, "Well, who would that be?" And I said, "Damon Johnson." Johnny was like, "Oh my God, you're right." He said, "We've known him forever."
Yeah.
And I called Damon, and it come out of left field. And I talked to Damon, and then talked to Johnny. And he had 3 days to get it all together. And he woodshedded for a day, I think, before rehearsals. And he did it the first day, and he did pretty good. But boy, the second day, he just nailed it. And then the third day, we knew it was going to work. We went out, he killed it.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
I know he did in
in
Knoxville.
Yeah, he's fit in quite well with us, and he's from Alabama, and we've known him since he was short, You know?
He grew a little bit.
Yeah. So, but no, he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is Gary came to rehearsals and actually gave him pointers and, using Gary's amps and, those kind of things. And Gary was like, you know what, I want this band to carry on. Gary knew that, I think he really knew that his time was short and wanted us to go on. This was all he ever did, his whole life, from a kid on. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I've been hearing a lot in the press that, you guys are honoring Gary's final wish. What is it? Was that what it was, to continue on, or what? Tell me about that.
Well, he had come to Johnny, I think. Johnny will tell you. I mean, he come to us and made us promise that, we wouldn't let this go down when he went away and, perished, that he wanted the music to continue, the spirit and the legacy of the band, the brand name, not to die with him, but to go on. And Johnny and I, you know what, we've done the best we can and we continue to do it. And you know what, as long as the fans continue to love it, and you're talking about fans from 8 to 80 now, and as long as they continue to love it, we'll bring the music to them and give it our 110% best.
Definitely. You know what, he whenever he got sick and he couldn't come out, I used to call him just about every gig, and every morning I call him and I'd say, Captain Kirk, Spock calling, want to report to the bridge, or whatever. And so we would laugh a lot, and he put his heart and soul into this and wanted to carry it on. And the thing that got me, he said, man, Bubba, because he always used to say Bubba, he said, Charlie's gone, and I don't hear much about Charlie anymore, meaning Charlie Daniels. Said, the Almonds, they packed it up, and Greg's gone. And I really don't want that to happen to the music of Lynyrd Skynyrd whenever I'm gone. So you know what? As long as the good Lord gives us health and we can not beat ourselves too bad out here on the road, we'll be out there playing for our Skynyrd Nation.
You got to realize, Johnny and I, man, all those years with Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, we were doing 80 to 100 shows a year, and that's a lot, So now, if you can get 50 shows out of me and Johnny, you're doing great.
Yeah, heck yeah. Except for we always go, okay, well, we're going to start at the farthest point on the earth and do a show, and then come all the way back,
Hey, you still got to do Asia. Come on, man. So
yeah, I know. Yesterday I had a hell day flying. I was like, oh God, so it was quite the ordeal. I didn't get out here till I left my house at 1:30, and I didn't get out here, which is Eastern time. I didn't get out here till 2:02 in the morning. So, and then I had to drive an hour to get to where the heck we're at now. So
well,
I've had
that
very little sleep.
3-hour time change too, as you're doing.
Yeah.
But have you? Well, one thing I want to say about the whole, with Gary gone, replacements and all that, and I mentioned this. I talked to Billy Gibbons a week or so ago, and I said the same thing to him. I mentioned the Knoxville show with you guys and all that. I said, I'm not a musician. I've never been in the industry until I launched Boomerocity. So I'm saying this as a fan. Often when I post things on Facebook about different artists, different bands, people I've talked to, so on and so forth, there's always those people who say, well, such and such band isn't that band without, and then they name whoever's missing. I mean, crap, there's still people talking about the Rolling Stones not being the Rolling Stones since Brian Jones died. So, it's that kind of crazy. However, there are two exceptions I've noticed, at least from where I sit, that I've yet to hear anybody say that. And that's about ZZ Top and you guys. I never hear anything.
You ain't looking at our sites then.
Well, I'm saying it from somebody who has sat in the seats in Knoxville And I catch a lot of crap. I mean, I got crap about Jimi Hendrix's management of the Jimi Hendrix estate. And I mean, I hear things and
Right.
it just doesn't reach me. I know it's got to be said, but I do think that that's a reflection for both bands of how well you've handled the transition of people who have passed, from within the band. I think it might be different if there's any firings or, anything like that. But for how you guys have handled the transition, I think that speaks highly and why most fans feel the way they do about it.
I think the people that have come in here like Damon and stuff, it's all about loving the music and knowing what this means. For Ricky was there in the beginning and myself, I've blood. So, this means a lot to us.
Yeah.
It's not just, people, yes, I've heard people say, oh, you're collecting a paycheck, blah, blah, blah. I don't need the money that bad. I really don't. I'm doing it because of the heart and spirit and the soul and the legacy of the music, and I cut grass pretty good, like I could get a job doing that, but
I'll come work for you.
There you go. But it's the spirit, it's the spirit of it all. And to see a young kid loving this music at this day and time, there's just nothing like it. No. And to see an older fan and looking like a younger kid because they're re-experiencing their memories and their youth, and it's just an amazing thing.
Well, I think what I think a lot of it is too, we're all getting older. And I kind of look at concerts by bands like yours for fans. It's almost like a class reunion. And, the early class, I chaired 4 of them. And I noticed that the earlier reunions, people still had an attitude, still had something to try to prove. In the last couple of reunions, everybody was just glad to see who was still alive, still enjoying the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that's what it is out in the audience for band. I mean, I really do think it's the music that's the unifier, and how you guys hold true to the spirit of the band, the essence of the band, because you guys have been through so much tragedy that still be standing and still be honoring those who have gone. I think that's key to that solidity amongst your fan base.
Yeah. Now, you know what? It's summertime and I know our fans come to these amphitheaters and stuff, and it's like a football game. They're families. They come as a family, a unit. They're bringing the kids, they're cooking out, they're doing their thing, and then they're wanting to see the band. That's a great thing to be able to bring people together,
Since Gary's passing, has there been anything that's happened, whether it's on this video and album or elsewhere on the road, where you guys see it or you've experienced it and you go, whoa, if Gary could see this?
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
And I truly believe, because I'm a spiritual person, that I believe he's seeing it. And then some stuff he's going, glad I ain't there, but some of the hard things of getting to and from places. I came up with a thing when you talk about paying musicians. My new thing is we don't get paid to play. No. We get paid for traveling. The traveling. Yeah, because traveling is so hard these days, getting from one point to the next point. And, but we still enjoy it. We love, for 90 minutes to 2 hours, however long we can keep it going a night to get out there and play these songs and pay tribute and pay, and do what the heck we do, and we have people going, oh, it's a tribute band. Yeah, every night we pay tribute to the ones who have fallen. That's what this was about. Started way back when in '87, and you know what? We're going to keep doing that. So when the fans stop coming, we'll go fishing. Yeah, Johnny and I'll go see you. Yeah, But so far, honestly, I think our European tour was the best tour that we've ever had over in Europe. It was just amazing and good to see everybody. Heck, they're already wanting us back because we didn't hit places like you know, Finland and Norway and
Sweden
and Greece,
Ireland and all that stuff.
Portugal, you know, so you know, so we'll probably end up trying to go back next summer.
Well, all I got to say is tell you the same thing that I say about the Stones. I haven't told anybody in the Stones this, but you know, there's always people ragging about it. But look, the places are still packing out. People are still buying the tickets.
Yeah.
They're sacrificing their hard-earned money to be able to go have a good time, and you guys deliver it. So I think that speaks volumes about you guys.
Well, you know what, man? For me, I love America. You know what I mean? I know Johnny feels this way. I love the American fans. I love the European fans, South American fans. But you know what? When those fans come and I watch their faces and I see them having a great time, it does my heart incredibly great.
Keeps you young.
Yeah.
Look at us. Don't we look 18?
I'm only 89.
You look like a very European 18. I'm kidding. So what's the feedback you're getting on this album so far? I love the video, by the way. So having the album too is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, it did really well. You know, the first week that it came out, and you know what? It's for us. It gives us something to talk about and something to promote, and we know that there, I don't know if you saw the documentary, but that we put together with the DVD, but it's just an amazing documentary, and you know, we just know that our fans are going to love this, and it's a great. And the cool thing about the Ryman is it's kind of a, I don't know if this is the right word to say, but a boutique kind of setting. You know, it's a smaller setting, not a 10,000.
So
people.
Intimate. You know?
Intimate. That's the word I was trying to use. But you know what? Whenever you're on that stage, you're seeing everybody. I mean, there's not anybody you can't see, and that's a great thing. And what a wonderful place.
And it's got what I would call, and I've said this about some of the recording studios too. It's got a historical patina to it. You know,
definitely.
You know, it's.
I mean,
when if it was copper, it would be green. You know.
Yeah, so. Yeah. When you think about who's played on that stage. Ooh.
Yep.
The one thing about the Ryman, Johnny, I'll let Johnny tell it. But as we were, you know, they had very small dressing rooms, real tiny. And there's one thing about that night that we will always remember. I'll let him tell you.
Well, we were just all, me, Gary, my brother Donnie, and Ricky were all stuck in, they put us all in one room. I said, boy, okay. Shouldn't you divided us up? But we had such a great time just reminiscing and talking and laughing, and it took the pressure off of filming this thing because we were kind of so relaxed. We were like, oh, okay, let's just go play some music, and it was kind of like the old days. And we ate cold pizza. They brought us some cold pizza because we were hungry. And, you know, we were asking for, you know, water and Diet Coke. Hey, anybody got a Coke? You know, but
stepping over each other's luggage. And I mean, it's like,
it was just a good time, which made this even more special.
Yep. Well, man, it shows on stage when you guys perform, both on the video and when I saw you guys in Knoxville. And I think fans look for that. If fans see a band that doesn't look like they're having fun, they look like they're not enjoying each other's company, or they're hearing rumblings of disconnect amongst the band. I mean, it comes across from the stage to the fans.
Quick.
Sure.
And you guys present, you know, two different images at the same time, and they're cohesive. It's honoring the past with everybody that has come through that band, and it comes across as how much fun you're having. And I'll go a step further. I'll go back to Damon again. How you guys have welcomed him in, and how natural it looks to see him there. I think again that speaks volumes to the DNA of the band and the spirit of the band.
Sure. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So
we're
guys
we're going to do it all over again tonight here shortly.
So you guys, I was just going to ask you, what can fans in the U.S. expect of this tour?
Well, we're just out. We just started. Tonight's our first night really back from the European thing. And we're starting in Saratoga, California, out here, and then we go over to Vegas, doing a show tomorrow night in Vegas. Then
Over almost to LA, right
yeah,
outside.
yeah, right
LA.
outside of LA, and then we're off a few days, and we're in Illinois. So it's onward and upward. Let's go. You know.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, man, I hope you guys remain safe and well. I was hoping
thank
you
you.
guys would be coming back near Knoxville again, but it looks like you're going to be a bit of ways away. But I'm looking forward to see you guys in concert again. And anytime you have anything special, you need help getting the word out. I'm not Rolling Stone magazine, thank God, but I have a following, so I would love to try to be able to help you guys get the word out. So
Well, we
my door's
appreciate
always
you,
open
brother.
to you.
Got it, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, and hello,
Likewise.
everybody.
Stay well. Talk to you again soon.
Take care.
Take care, brother.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been another fun-filled episode of Boomerocity with your host and producer, Randy Patterson. The theme song is Roll the Dice and is recorded and used by permission from Quentin Hope. Quentin is spelled Quinten, and Hope is Hope. And you can find out more about Quentin at quentinhope.com. Post-production is done by Cardinal Sins Productions. The Boomerocity name, logo, and content is copyright protected. Segments may only be used with written permission by Boomerocity and/or its assignees. Inquiry should be directed to input@boomerocity.com. Copyright 2024.